So I am getting ready to plant my garlic. This year, I always order from Keen Garlic. These guys are right here. And they have they have a huge amount of options, and you can get naturally grown is what they call it. So they try not to use much pesticides, but they also do have organically grown. The organically grown is significantly more expensive, so I just get the naturally grown. But in the past, I have gotten, so the first year I did garlic, 2 years ago, I did a whole bunch of different kinds. I did Italian white, and I did a silver kind, and I did Inchellium red, the Chesnock red, some kind of German one. I can't remember all the kinds I did. Last year, I only did 2 types, the Chesnock red, which is a hard neck, and the Inchellium red, which is a soft. And this year, I'm doing completely different. Well, I was going to do completely different. So typically, hard neck garlic does much better in cooler climates. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do hard neck garlic this year. The problem with hard neck garlic is that it doesn't store as well. So I did find this one that I'm doing, which is called Vietnamese red hard neck. It has a longer storage life for hard neck garlic, but it still doesn't store as long as a soft neck does. So, and I did end up ordering some Inchellium red again this year, which is the soft neck variety that I did this last year. It was definitely my smaller bulbs this last year, and oh, bummer. Which is kind of why I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do the hard neck. Anyway, both this one and then the other one that I got is called Music, which I've only ever heard really great things about from other people that grow it. So I thought I would try that as well. So right now I am just breaking apart all of the cloves and getting them ready to go into a soak. This one had a couple of not great cloves. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do them. But for the most part, the ones I've broken apart so far, I haven't had any bad ones. These are the first bad ones I've gotten. And for the most part, the garlic I've gotten from Keen has always been excellent. Very few bad ones. So just breaking it apart, like I said, and Keen recommends doing a fertilization soak. So first you put it in a solution, I believe it's I can never remember, vinegar for like 10, 15 minutes. And then you soak it overnight in a water and fertilizer solution. So I've done that every year, and I figured I would just keep doing that. But even if you're not going to do the fertilization soak, you still have to break apart all of your cloves because you plant individual cloves, not the head. So you have to go through this process, unfortunately. And like I was saying about storage, because the hard neck garlic does not store as well as the soft neck, pretty much you can never find hard neck garlic for sale in the store, like for eating. You will almost always be finding the soft neck kind. And the other thing that you can't do with the hard neck garlic is you can't really braid it because it has this hard neck that goes all the way through, and it's not bendy. Not bendy enough for braiding. And I like having at least a couple of braids. So I had to plant some. So one of the interesting things about this Vietnamese red is that it has a lot of cloves in each head, which a lot of times your hard neck garlic, you get really big cloves, but you only get a couple of them. And these are good sized cloves, but there's a lot of them in each head, which is nice. So like in that one, there were 12 cloves. It's awesome. All right, so I'm just going to get these all done. I have a lot to go. And then I will show you the fertilization soak. I also got 2 other bulbs at a farmer's market when we were on our trip. And I didn't write down what they are. This one is marked CR, and this one is marked something M. I don't even have a guess what they mean, but they looked really cool. And so I thought I would give them a try. Now, these are probably not certified seed garlic. And that is a risk you take when you can go to the store and buy a head of garlic and plant the cloves, but you are not guaranteed that you're not going to be introducing some kind of a disease or fungus or something to your soil. Whereas if you get certified seed garlic, which Keen garlic is that, it's going to be guaranteed that it's healthy and it's not going to introduce any disease. So I am taking a little bit of a risk, but he is a professional garlic grower. That's what he does. And they do sell their garlic everywhere. I just don't know if Canada has different rules about how they do their seed garlic. If you know, let me know. I'd be very curious. Anyway, and if you have any guesses on what CR, and it kind of has a purplish red skin to it, and these are both hardnecks, or something M, and it's mostly white, although it looks like the inside, there might be some red on the inside. You can kind of see in there. So if you have any guesses, let me know. And, clearly I'm not going to get very many garlic from this. There's only 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 cloves. But I thought it'd be fun to experiment. That's that one. 9 in this one. All right. I'm going to wrap up this big mess here. Try not to make an additional mess. All right, these guys are all ready. So like I said, I ordered the same amount in weight-wise of the Vietnamese red and the music. I think I got 3 pounds of each. And as you can see, the music has way fewer cloves. And yes, they are bigger. These are big, humongous cloves for sure. But these are not small cloves. So I'm already pretty impressed with the Vietnamese red. Hopefully now it grows well. All right, let me look up the process for this fertilization soak. I was a little concerned that the Vietnamese, a lot of them, their wrappers came off as I was separating them. But they actually talk about that here. It says, separate each clove from the bulb before planting. It does not matter if the clove wrapper is on or off before planting. There are theories that support both ways. What we can tell you is over 15 years of Keen garlic and our growers growing garlic, we have collectively planted millions of garlic cloves both ways. And guess what? We still yield big, beautiful. Try that again. We still get big, beautiful garlic bulbs. Okay. Step 2, soak the cloves in a full strength sterilizer for around 10 minutes. Isopropyl alcohol, cheap vodka, hydrogen peroxide, or cyanidate. I don't know what that is. You can reuse the same sterilizer for all your cloves if you collect the solution when straining. I have to find my alcohol. I'm not sure where it is. All right. I'm going to go search for my isopropyl alcohol. Yeah, I did not have any isopropyl alcohol or hydrogen peroxide or whatever that other thing was that they said. So I had to go get some. So it's now after dinner time, but that's all okay. We have alcohol. Oh, I guess cheap vodka was the other option, but I didn't have any of that either. All right, so I think I have enough to fill both of these bowls. So I put each of these into the little bags like this so that I can soak them all together. Well, I have all of the Vietnamese red are in this one, and the rest are all in here. However, I do need to somehow keep track because I can't leave these pieces of paper in here. Well, I know that this one is all the Vietnamese. So let's start with those and then we can go from there. And this is, like I said, just for 10 minutes. This is to sterilize them. You can totally skip this step. I mean, like, you can skip all of this. You don't have to do this soaking at all. But I've been doing it since I started, and I feel like it certainly can't hurt and only could help. So I'm going to keep doing it. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'll take these out and I will just do them one at a time since it's only for 10 minutes. And like they said, you can reuse the alcohol. So, all right. And then once I have these all smoked. Yeah, we're not smoking the garlic. Once I have them all soaked in this, then we will do the fertilizer soak. All right. So we'll be back in a couple minutes. All right. I have my water in here for the Vietnamese red, and you're supposed to add in your fertilizer. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Needed to be shaken. And then we are going to add a half a teaspoon of baking soda to that. Basically, it's a teaspoon for a gallon of water, and I have 2 quarts in there. And then I just had these sitting in the sink. Just a quick stir. There we go. Now this one is going to just sit overnight. And I'm thinking I'll probably only be able to get a quart of water in this one. Maybe a little bit more. Kind of swish these around a little bit. They all get mixed together. All right. And there we go. So these, you want to let them soak for at least 30 minutes, preferably overnight and up to about 3 nights. They said after 3 nights, they'll actually start growing roots, and those roots are really, really delicate. So, and you don't want to break them. So it's just better not to have them growing their roots yet. But you can leave them there for up to 3 days. But my plan is to plant these tomorrow. All right, we are planting our garlic. I went back and forth, like I said, about whether I was going to put it back in the bed we planted it in last year or if I was going to use one of my garden beds. I decided I have plenty of space. I'm going to use a garden bed, but it needs to be prepped. So there are still onions that need to be picked in here and then everything else needs to just be taken out. And then we're gonna put some amendments in it, and then we'll get planting. Oh, hey. Oh, and Mom is here to help me. I just have these all sitting over your line. We have a bunch of road work going on right now, and Zara is very excited about that. Well, and her and Madeline like to play. Get her, Zara. Get her. Get her.
What are you doing?
Got a couple kind of decent sized ones.
No, I got two.
Yeah, nice. Just put them in the basket here.
Are you gonna put all the garlic in this one?
I think so. I should be able to put 288. Okay. I don't think I have more than that. Next, we are going to add fertilizer, which I don't really have enough of, so I might have to go get some more, and a bunch of bone meal, which is really great for bulb plants. So we are going to be doing the square foot gardening method, and you can get, oh, now I can't remember if it was 6 or 9. I'm gonna have to look it up. Let me look it up. All right, so we can do 4 to 9 cloves. So I think we're gonna do 6 per square foot. Is that right?
Don't ask me. I do not do math.
6 times 32 is 190-ish cloves. I actually don't know how many cloves we have. So we're gonna start with 6, and then we will go from there. If we need to have, I can also put them in other beds. I don't have to just put them here. So we're gonna start with our Vietnamese red, since that's the ones that we have the most of. So for right now, all I'm doing is I'm just gonna lay them out so we don't have to dig them up if we do need to put them closer.
Oh, so
But we do want to put, yeah, we do want to put the wide end pointing down. That's where the roots will be.
wide end.
So for this, Oh, we're supposed to be doing 6 per, right? So 6, 12, 18, 24, no, 4. So 24. 6 times 4 is 24. I'm really, really good at math. Okay, so there should be 24 within this.
That length.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
You also want to plant your largest bulbs, so like this, or yeah, largest cloves. This little guy wouldn't really probably have a very big plant, so we won't plant him.
Then we have many to
Yeah.
choose from.
So that ended up being an entire bed of just the Vietnamese red, which is probably over 200 cloves. So we're gonna have to prep another bed. Great. Okay, you guys, craziest thing. So Mom and I are doing the bed next door here because we filled up the entire bed with the Vietnamese. And so we're taking down the corn. There's actually corn. There's actually real live corn. It's crazy.
Collared corn.
Yeah, and some of them have odd colors. I'm not sure that it's supposed to have odd colors, but I don't think this little guy's gonna have anything, but might as well open it. Yeah, no. Definitely nothing in that one. Here's our, you want that? Look at that. Yeah, so I'm not sure that it's supposed to have those colors though. So that I remember and can look back at this when I completely forget what I planted where. This one is the one I got in Canada that has 6 cloves and was marked CR. And this one was marked something M and has the 9 cloves. So this is the 9 cloves, this is the 6 cloves. All right, hopefully that will make sense when I look back at this. All right, and then we are going to plant music the rest of the way, and we'll put the Intellium red down at that end. So all of the hard necks are together and the soft necks will be down there. Last but not least, we have it all planted. I filled up almost this whole bed. Basically, just this space right here is still empty. And last but not least, we just need to mulch it with a good layer of straw. And these 2 beds will be all ready for bed. I do need to get some fertilizer to put on that one since we didn't have, I used the rest of the just plain fertilizer on this one. That one did get lots of bone meal though.
So you're gonna fertilize that other one first before you put the
Yeah, I'll just put the fertilizer on the top.
water it in. Oh, it's here. Okay. You want me to turn the water on?
Yes, please. So I'm gonna water this in as well, just because this straw is super dry, and if we get any kind of decent wind, it will just all go blowing away. So I'm gonna water it in real good. And I haven't had these beds being watered for about a week and a half now, so they're getting pretty dry. So, and like I said, this is it. This is one of the really easy crops to grow because this is all you do. And now basically I'll fertilize it again in the spring and maybe one more time in the season. And otherwise it just needs water and sun. And we then get to harvest it in like late July, early August. So exciting to get 2025's garden all started. See you next time. Bye.